Katie Chats here at Smitheetv in downtown Toronto with writer, filmmaker, voice actor Thomas Marchese. What inspired you to get into the business?
Well, I've always had like a, somewhat of a flamboyant personality, and I've always been very artistic. And as a kid, I would always, perform and act out, and I would always have an overactive imagination, have a story in my head. So it's been something. It's been part of me since I came into this world, and I got formal about it at 14 years old when I went to a school called Cardinal Carter Academy for the Arts, and I was a drama major there. And then from there, I did some more training, and I just kept on that path since.
How has your training at both Humber and in broadcasting as well helped you in your career so far?
Well, with Humber, it gave me the tools that I needed for screenwriting and for other aspects of filmmaking. I was sort of knowledgeable about them prior to going to Humber, but Humber really gave me the tools. It's a great school, and now there's a degree program at the Lakeshore campus. This was the diploma program at North Campus, and the degree program is just this is their first graduating class this coming year, and I actually acted in a short for that program just recently, so it'll be ready for their graduate screening. So yeah, Humber gave me the tools in filmmaking, and again, studying with the late great Jungle J. Nelson at the now defunct National Institute of Broadcasting, studying voiceover technique with him, and to learn from somebody like him, from the best. I learned from the best, and also since then some other various classes I've done. It's helped me a lot as a performer, because I did, as I said, I was a dramatic arts major at Cardinal Carter. And this further training helped me to refine my style and really find who I was as a performer. And now I'm also trying to break into some on camera and some voiceover as well. And it's been fun getting back into it after a long time, because I've devoted myself to behind the scenes for so long, and being back into performing is it's fun.
And you made the films Exterior and Exterior Hatred. What was that whole experience like, and what was it like doing festivals with those films?
That was interesting. It's basically in my writing, mostly what I explore are issues around diversity and multiculturalism, and things like how race, ethnicity, and religion can drive a wedge between people, especially how can something like that happen in a multicultural society like Canada, in particular Toronto. And that's what those two films were focused on. The first was loosely based on something that happened to me, and the second was based on stories and things that I encountered within the South Asian community, because I have a lot of South Asian friends. And when they played at festivals, the reaction was interesting. They were mostly positive, and a lot of people congratulated me for taking on such a touchy and taboo subject, especially now. In the last 12 years since 9/11, it's been very much in the spotlight: race, ethnicity, religion. And they were saying, and a lot of people were saying at the festivals, we need more films that reflect this aspect of Toronto and Canadian society. So it was great. Here, two festivals here in Montreal. Two festivals here in Toronto and one in Montreal. Going to Montreal was fun. Yeah.
And you won an award at Wild Sound for your feature screenplay Knuckleball a few years ago. What's at the heart of that story?
Well, as I said earlier, I deal mainly with racial and religious issues, and that is a satire on the chic and vogue of Canadian multiculturalism, and it uses the indie music scene in Toronto as its backdrop. But it's not just that; it's also a story of friendship and staying true to yourself. And again, the reaction to it has been mostly positive. Myself and my two co-writers, Drew Johnny and Cal Benedict, have been very happy with the response. And at the moment, it is being shopped around, and hopefully it'll be at a theater near you within the next couple of years. But it's a story that again, a lot of people have said to us, we need more stories like this about Toronto and Canadian society, about the diversity and how that comes into play, and using the indie music scene as its backdrop. Because personally, for myself, I haven't really seen any films out of Canada or Toronto that use the indie music scene as its backdrop. And we have a really great indie music scene in this city, and even in other cities in Canada, like in Calgary, Winnipeg, Vancouver, and it's a really fun backdrop. I'm hoping that more filmmakers will use it as a backdrop.
And you're also developing a TV series. Does it have similar themes to your other projects as well?
Not actually, no. There is diversity in terms of the characters. There's a lot of ethnic diversity, but it's different in that it focuses. It's more behind the scenes of what it's like to be on a showrunner and a staff writer on a primetime network series. And it's loosely based on my experiences as a writer and as a filmmaker and other things, other stories and anecdotes that I've researched. Basically, it's the stories and anecdotes I draw from, behind-the-scenes stories and anecdotes I draw from for the series, are mainly from the original Star Trek, which I'm a huge fan of. Stories and behind-the-scenes stories and anecdotes from that, and Glee, because it's like Larry Sanders, which is one of my all-time favorite shows. It's a show within a show, and the show within a show in this case is Star Trek meets Glee.
Oh.
And it focuses on the showrunners and the writers on that series and just the day-to-day nitty-gritty of being a showrunner and a staff writer on a primetime network series.
And what do you think some of the biggest stressful factors are in terms of being a showrunner on a series?
Well, from what I've read and from what I've encountered with people who've told me, dealing with network politics and, you know, interference, sort of like you can't do the show the way you want to. They're always interfering. That's something Gene Roddenberry encountered with Star Trek. And also dealing with the staff of writers, you know, contending with all these, you know, with all these egos, and how some people on a writing staff, you know, the showrunner has the final say, right? And they will rewrite a script submitted by one of the staff writers, and the staff writers have to be okay with that because it's not their show, it's the showrunner's show. They have final say. But sometimes you'll get some egos really like, well, you screwed up my script. What did you do? But that's the way it is. It's their show. So I want to explore that aspect of it on the series, you know, staff writers clashing with the showrunners, you know, and that sort of thing, and then showrunners being a little unfair sometimes and clashing with the writers and actors and so forth. So yeah, dealing with all aspects of the show, the staff, the cast, the network. Being a showrunner, I don't know why someone would want to do it. You know, I'm surprised Gene Roddenberry lived as long as he did with what he went through on Star Trek.
And where is the best place to find out more information on you and on your projects and on your voice demo as well online?
I don't have a website at the moment, but I am on Facebook. I do have a personal profile, not a fan page. I am on LinkedIn as well. I do have my voice demo is on voices.com, and just type in my name, Thomas Marchese, and you'll find my demo, or voices.com/SMITHEEV, which is my production company name, SIXSEV, and you can see it there.
Thank you so much, Thomas. Congratulations on all your
Thank
success, and I look forward to seeing more of your work in the future.
Thank you, Katie. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats here at SMITHEETV in downtown Toronto.